Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Live on our way to Hollywood Boulevard. Let's cross the street here. Voromotors Podcast number 117. I thought I would start the stream on the walk down to the boulevard. Say hello to you guys as we're taking the walk. We're going down to the Coffee Bean, my favorite place to hang out. This is the Voromotors Podcast, sponsored by Voromotors. All that means is I get paid a little bit to do this regularly. What's up, James? How you doing? I'm a boss, be your own boss. How's the sound, by the way? Give me a sound check. Sponsored by Voromotors just means I get paid a little bit. I want to thank Melvin again, always the owner of the company, for sticking with my small channel, small but consistent, putting out tons of content. If you're looking for a PEV, no better place than Voromotors to buy from. You're looking for an electric scooter or an electric bike. If you're looking for an electric scooter, they have their house line is the eMove line. They have the eMove Roadrunner, sort of a hybrid sit-down scooter bike, probably the best of that version. Roadrunner Pro 2 is coming out probably in March. And when that vehicle comes out, that's probably all I'll be working on. It's going to be amazing. I'm really looking forward to it. What's up, Retro Shaver Dude? Sound is good. Thank you, Mr. Ben. 1977. I appreciate it. If you're looking for a sub $2,000 dual motor scooter, I love my eMove Cruiser V2. It's got the upgraded frame. I recommend the all-wheel drive version, the front and rear motor. That one comes with obviously a front and rear motor, but also hydraulic brakes. Goes 40 miles an hour. It's giving me tremendous range on my delivery shifts. Probably my favorite stand-up scooter to work on. I like it better than the bigger scooters. It's lighter. It gives me everything that I need. If you're looking for a beastly scooter, they've got the Huga Daytona. Huga, sort of the house brand for Voromotors, because I don't see anybody else selling it. If you want a really exotic-looking, super fast, 72-volt, 40-amp-hour scooter, the Huga Daytona is the vehicle for you. You want something even bigger, they got the Tevron 7260. Amazing vehicle, 60-amp-hour battery. Only scooter in the industry that comes stock with a 60-amp-hour battery. I've already recorded myself doing multiple 50-mile shifts on that. 50 miles is a lot for my delivery shifts. You're looking for a sleek racing scooter, go look at the InMotion RS. Is that what the RS stands for? Racing scooter? I don't even know. That is my personal favorite. Mostly my personal favorite is going to be based on what I've done the most miles on. I have like over 3,000 miles on my InMotion RS. They have the InMotion RS 2.0 available now, which upgraded the motor, cable wire, and the app. It's a phenomenal, phenomenal scooter. Super fast, super fat tires. Really, InMotion is just an incredible brand. They've been around a long time, for many years, making primarily EUCs. And now, for the last couple of years, they're in the stand-up scooter market. Tremendous scooter. Love my InMotion RS. If you're looking for a bike, I actually just got to see for the first time in person an Altus Sigma. I had my group ride this weekend. We're going to talk about that when we sit down. Had a great group ride. I got to see my first Altus Sigma. Beautiful bike. Amazing bike. The owner is very happy with it. But this is an expensive bike. It's like a $6,000 bike. Tremendous bike. Super fast as anything else out there. Unbelievable high quality. Apparently, I haven't even spoken to Melvin about this at all, but he's going to be promoting, they're going to be selling Surons, or they are selling Surons. Suron, the original electric dirt bike, original electric moped that started the trend of these types of bikes. Tremendous bike, tremendous high quality build. I can't tell you too much about it. I don't like to really pump up vehicles that I haven't driven myself regularly. The bike that I'm on right now, they also carry E-Ride Pro, also considered a super, well, it's warm out here. Super high quality electric bike, the E-Ride Pro. The owners of these bikes are very happy. For me personally, I've already put like 650 miles on my Roar Mantis X. I was actually talking to my friend Chris, who has a real high-end Suron. And he says that he would rather actually be on the Roar Mantis X if he's going hard off-road. He said the Roar, and Chris has real dirt bike experience. He made a video for me. I posted it. He says that this electric bike is the absolute closest thing to the same feel as a gas-powered bike. So I'm a little spoiled. My first sit-down bike like this, Voromotors lent it to me, but they lent it to me like 6 months ago. At this point, they've practically given it to me. I figure when they take it back, they'll probably give me another vehicle. But I love my Roar Mantis X. I bring it to every single group ride. It's super fun. I got no problems with it at like 600 miles, which is still pretty new. But it's definitely A super high quality bike, super fun to ride. Comes stock with some really aggressive off-road tires. I kind of want to put road tires on it. And if you're living in one of these states, though, where they're cracking down on bikes, you might want to look into stand-up scooters. My understanding is Jersey, my home state, has just started enforcing some really horribly, draconianly strict e-bike rules. But apparently, my friends who live out there who drive big scooters say you can still drive big scooters. So if you're looking at bikes and you live in New Jersey or certain places where they're very strict about the laws, you might want to consider a stand-up scooter. Stand-up scooters are super fun. They can be super fast. Are they a little more dangerous than bikes? In comparison, probably yes, because the tires are smaller. It's not as stable. But it doesn't mean they're inherently dangerous, but they're just more dangerous. Like my major accidents I've had on scooters. Doesn't mean that you shouldn't ride them. I put in more miles than you. I probably put in 5 or 6. It smells like tacos out here. I probably put in 5 or 6 lifetimes of miles on my scooters to have all my accidents. I put in probably at about 35,000 lifetime miles on my stand-up scooters now. Oh no, there's all these people in the Coffee Bean. Hopefully you'll still be able to get a spot to sit down at. Yeah. Well, where are you going, buddy? Voromotors is your place for a bike or electric bike or an electric scooter. They're very generous with me as far as this podcast goes. I'm allowed to talk about anything I want, but I always make sure to promote the company first, at least a little bit, before we get into promote the company at least a little bit before we start talking about our nonsense. It's warm out. Considering that it's like January, I'm actually hot. I worked the whole shift today, by the way, team. I worked like a 5-hour shift, the longest shift since I came back from my accident. So it feels really good to be back on the road. I'm pretty much 100%. But I did work a really long shift today. Let me open up my laptop, my iPad, so I can answer your questions better, guys. Well, it's warm. Oh, look at this horrible shirt. Sorry about this shirt, guys. It's terrible. I can do that, cover up the stain. Gunawap 592, you dirty man. That stash will tickle some tacos, LOL. Could be a woman, though, right? Hey, Eddie, what's going on, dude? I got to talk to you, buddy. I didn't see you at all today, but I was out there on the Chick-fil-A side of town. I know you're not there that much. Kirk563 says it's bad in Ohio. Were you talking about the laws and stuff? So, we got my bottled coffee. Only time I allow myself caffeine later in the day is when I'm doing these podcasts. Are these people moving? If these people are moving, I can move over a little bit. I feel bad for people who are around me during this hour at this Coffee Bean spot because I'm always making a lot of noise. We had a great group ride on Sunday, guys. An unbelievable group ride. Another unbelievable group ride. A lot of some new friends, a lot of my regular friends. It's really one of my favorite things in the world to be able to do this group ride. By the way, we do it every other Sunday. We meet right here on Hollywood Boulevard. If you need information on it, I posted in the community section here on YouTube. I posted on my Instagram channel, and the main Facebook pages I post on are LAPEV. That's the main group where I share the ride. And I posted on my personal Yogi Steve community page, which is still a small page. But I also posted on my regular page. But every other Sunday. I'm in discussion with the guys about whether or not I should do the ride every week, every other Sunday, and then maybe every other Thursday or Friday. Because we have a lot of, there's a lot of people, like family men especially, who can't make the weekend ride because weekends are for their family, right? But they're able to make it like on a Thursday or a Friday. Are you talking about the weather, Kirk? Yeah, I know. My brother's back east. He was telling me it's like 30 degrees or worse in New Jersey. So believe me, I get it. All right, let me say hello to everybody that's in the stream. Just give me 1 second here. Come on, connect. All right, we're connected. Are we connected? What's going on with this? Yeah, we're connected. Sound is good. Sound is good. Testing, testing. Testing, testing, testing. Sound is good.
Sound is good.
Oh, sounds really good. Okay. Man, I'm covered in dog hair. I got to start wearing better shirts. All right, let me get it. Say hello to everybody. That is some good cold coffee. What is happening, Mysterio 71? My good friend James, Emu Roadrunner expert. Good to see you. 30 people in the chat. That's a lot for such a since we just signed on. Maybe this is a good time to do it. It's a little early in the day. I'm a boss. Be your own boss. How you doing? Hey, bro, to you. What's up, Mr. Ben? 1977. Good to see you. There's What Traffic. This guy never misses a stream. He's my real life friend. His name is Gustavo. Coolest name ever. We have a lot of stuff in common. And I love seeing him at the group rides. Really good guy. It's good to see you, Gustavo. I'm glad you're doing good. It was great to see you at the ride yet again on your Dualtron X. Will's Bird World, another regular, 1510. How you doing? Retro Shaver Dude, what's up, old school? There's Don Scott, never misses a stream. Oh, the RS in InMotion RS can stand for Rally Sport. It doesn't have to stand for Racing Scooter. Rally Sport kind of makes sense. I do believe that. The Suron is also the type of bike, I think that what you're talking about, Chaxologist. How you doing? So the type of bike that made all the e-bikes look bad in New Jersey was the Suron. I think you might be right. Fortunately, e-scooters aren't touched yet here. He's talking about New Jersey. Kirk563 says, I wish I had your weather. Yeah, believe me, I moved here it's hard to imagine. I moved here in like 1996. I didn't necessarily move here for the weather. I did move here to get away from the cold weather of the East Coast. But I did move here for poker. I moved here to play poker in 1996, believe it or not. But the weather is the primary reason why I'm here outside of poker, because I really cannot stand super cold weather. After going to college upstate New York for 4 years, when I graduated from there, I said to myself, you're moving somewhere warm, no matter what, wherever you go. And then all my friends moved out here to LA, and I just followed them. Most of my friends studied film and TV in college, and it's a natural evolution after going to a school like that to move to California. So I followed my friends out here. Whoa, it's 28 degrees with ice in Nashville. Don, that sounds terrible. I mean, I guess you get used to it, though. I remember when I lived, when I was younger, I lived in bad weather and, in cold weather during the winters. You don't know the difference. I'm from New Jersey. We used to go to Florida during the winter pretty regularly just to get away from the cold to visit my grandmother. A very Jewish thing to do. To have your grandmother live in Florida. And a lot of rich Jews are what's called snowbirds, where they live in the warm weather in New Jersey, and then when it gets colder, they move to Florida for 6 months out of the year. But, I grew up with cold weather. I thought it was normal. But as I got older, I realized, like, shit, you don't have to live in this crap. So I felt like I was very lucky to be able to move to California, where the weather is amazing here. And, I don't know if you believe in global warming or stuff like that. And global warming, I don't think it necessarily means that the weather in your area is getting warmer. It could mean your area is getting colder. But California does feel like it's only getting warmer as the years go by. Like I remember, actually, that's not even true, That's not even true. I feel like we haven't had a severe summer in years. We've had summers back in the day where it would be like 90 plus degrees for a month straight. And we really haven't had that. Jesus Christ. Oh my God, this Waymo's. Look at this. This Waymo is holding up traffic. The Waymo doesn't want to go. The Waymo is stuck. Look at this. This would be a really good short. Okay, you can't honk at a Waymo and expect him to care. That's the thing. There's nobody in there, bus driver. So the Waymo is stuck. For some reason, there's a guy directing traffic over here. You got to wave the Waymo on. You got to wave him on. So the Waymo is stuck. Look at this. This will make a good short for later. He's like, tell the driver to move. Oh, there is no driver. This is crazy. The Waymo is stuck. Why is the Waymo stuck right here? Kick it. Yell at it. Is there a passenger in there? Oh, no, there's another one behind it. This is awesome, dude. I really, actually, maybe I got to make a short out of this. Hang on a second. Hang on a second here. Oh, this is awesome. This is the type of stuff we live for. I don't think they're going anywhere. I think they're stuck. Come on, I want to get my other camera going. Where's my other camera? Come on. Why can't I get my other fucking camera up here? Oh my god, this Waymo is completely stuck. And then there's two Waymos stuck. They're not smart enough to figure it out. And I've said before, you guys know I'm on the road a lot, and I actually feel safer behind one of these Waymos than I do a regular car. Oh, they finally went? All right, now they finally went, so that's it. That was freaking hysterical. Why do we have so many people in the stream? That's fucking awesome. That was crazy. I have no idea what just happened there, but one Waymo got stuck, and then another Waymo pulled up behind it and also got stuck. That was awesome. I was trying to find my camera on my iPad that whole time, but I couldn't find the function. I don't know where the fuck is it. But that was awesome. That was hysterical. It was Chexologist says it was an AI and internet malfunction. Michael Jenkins, how you doing? Says, oh, by the way, hello, Trini G from the Caribbean. How you doing, my friend? Says, what's a Waymo? It's interesting. I forget. Waymo is robot, like, driverless cars. Basically, driverless cars. I guess they're run by AI. Although I do think they have like a headquarters somewhere where people are watching them, and it's just basically driverless cars. Like wherever you live, they might not have that yet. But here in LA, they're so common. I forgot that they're not everywhere. They're not really everywhere in California either. I know they're in San Francisco. They're here in Hollywood. They're in Los Angeles. And they're all over the place here. And honestly, I feel safer around Waymos than I do people. Because, they won't do emotional driving. They're not going to, like, get mad and have road rage. But they do malfunction every once in a while. People will use an incident like that where a Waymo gets stuck, and it's not smart enough to figure out what's going on as a reason to why they're not good. But I think that it's already been proven, like they have less accidents than human drivers. They're better drivers than people. There's no doubt about that. I mean, driving is like sex. Driving is like poker, if that analogy works for you. But everybody thinks they're good at it. I'm really deep into the poker world. Actually, I might want to talk about I've been having like some crazy argument with people about online poker online, mostly like young men. Okay, so what is it? Chexologist says Waymo is GPS and Starlink driven supposedly. It is a taxi, Michael Jenkins. Yeah, it's like an Uber actually. It's like a taxi in the same way it's like an Uber. You can order a Waymo. I don't know if they're cheaper or more expensive at this point, but the writing is on the wall for rideshare drivers. Like I think that there's not going to be a job for rideshare drivers within 3 years, 5 years. And I think that at one point, like, if you watch Blade Runner or like futuristic movies, oh, look at that little cutie. A little baby dog in a bag. Not a girl. But, like in the future, it seems like most cars are robot cars. Like think about, what movie is that? Total Recall. There's that scene where he gets into the robot cab and it's like a robot driver. In this case, like in reality, they don't put like a robot humanoid representative as the driver. It's just nobody's in the driver's seat. But I think that they predicted that when they were going to have robotic cars, they were going to have like a humanoid type robot driving it, doing the actual driving. But in reality, it's just a driverless car. So I realized they don't have those everywhere. It's funny, like it's easy to be very centric to where you live. Like I'm very LA centric. And it's very easy to think that, oh, there's robot cars here, there's robot cars everywhere, but they're not everywhere. And occasionally you'll see, like I know at one point there was a Waymo at an airport that got stuck spinning circles in a loop. But there hasn't really been crazy accidents. I think if anything, they drive overly cautious. But, Waymos are all over the place here. And I think the writing is on the wall as far as, hey, look, is that Gavin Newsom right there? Look at that. Is that Gavin Newsom? Look at that. Is that Gavin Newsom? Look at that. It looks just like Gavin Newsom, doesn't it? Is that Gavin Newsom? I'm going to make a short out of this. What's Gavin doing on Hollywood? That's like rough Gavin Newsom. Yeah, that's like country Gavin Newsom, kind of. That's funny. But yeah, so I think that food delivery as a job will be around for a while, because one thing I know for sure, customers in apartment buildings don't want to go downstairs to the lobby or the entrance to get their food. They want it brought to their door. And the bulk of the population in a city lives in an apartment building. So maybe if you live in the suburbs, you could have like a robot delivery car come to your house, and you're willing to walk to the front of your house and get food out of a car somehow, or the car will somehow serve you food. But like in LA, I know like people here, you can't even get people to pick up their goddamn phones half the time. People do not want to go down to you guys got social media? What are you working for? I'm just gonna get them a drink real quick. You guys look at this guy. That guy's got a real camera. I got a cheap camera. Bro, that'll do the trick. It does work. It does work. Yeah. What's the name of your social media? Jabri and Diana. Jabri and Diana. I'll check it out, man. Awesome. Awesome. Thanks, man. Yeah. Bye, Diana. Hey, I appreciate it. Look at that. That's a real camera right there. This guy's kind though. He said, "What you got right there, that's enough." Yeah, Hollywood Boulevard is cooking it. These guys are like really doing they're doing something. I don't know what they're doing actually. They're doing something. They kind of got like a celebrity vibe about them for sure. Sometimes I feel like very regular compared to certain, like, I feel like, I don't know, these guys like they're all dressed up. Even that guy's shirt, like how fancy that is. Oh, he's got nice sneakers on. I got like these horrible shoes on. Hollywood Boulevard just popping. But yeah, so I think that DoorDash as a job, Uber Eats, Grubhub, whatever, Caviar, Postmates, well, those are gone, right? That's going to exist for a while because people still want the convenience of having food delivered to their door. As a matter of fact, you guys know I'm coming off of this major injury where I was home a lot. I did order DoorDash I think I ordered it 3 times in 3 months. And then in the last couple of weeks, I ordered it a couple times. And believe me, I don't want to go downstairs to my lobby when I order the food. I mean, you're tipping and you pay a service fee. So I order like $30 worth of food that costs over $40. So I want that shit brought to my door. Sound is still good, guys? I don't want to go downstairs. So it's going to be a while before they develop like technology where a robot can drive the food. First of all, go into the restaurant, pick up the food, drive the food to the customer, and then walk the food into the customer's apartment to their door. Like that's not going to happen for a long time. What that guy say? The guy say his channel is Jabri and Diana. Let's see if I can find that. Yeah, I didn't really hear what that guy said. It's like I have a bad habit of when people say stuff to me that I don't really listen. Pretty normal. But anyhow, so I do believe that the job as a DoorDash driver is going to be around for, if Waymo is going to be gone in 1 to 5 years, I think it'll be at least 5 years. That we do have, I'd imagine we are, what's going on here? What's this? What's this? What is she promoting? Very funny. Hollywood Boulevard is hopping tonight. It's beautiful, man. What is it, January 27th? I don't realize it's the end of the month. I got to get my rent check together. It's January 27th, and it's warm out here. People are not even wearing jackets. It's fucking nice. I'm glad I came out early, though, because it's going to get colder later. But anyhow, so people want the food brought to their door. When I ordered my DoorDash, I would say 3 out of the 10 times that I ordered, and I tipped and everything, these jerk-off drivers left the food in front of my door. Like, they didn't even bother trying to contact me. They didn't call me. They didn't hit my intercom. They didn't try to contact me through messaging. These assholes left the food in front of my lobby. So, you wait long enough. They tell you the food's been dropped off. You open your door. You're all excited. You're hoping, oh, my God, my food's not there. And then you look at the drop-off picture, and it's the front, your entrance to your building. So, I live on the 4th floor. I got to walk downstairs. I got to get it. It's not that big of a deal. I'm not like that lazy. I remember what it was like to be like that type of person where you don't want to walk anywhere. Like you want that food brought to your door. But it's going to be a long time before they have true, like, automated robot deliveries that can, how long do you think it's going to be before we've seen all this already. They have all these like robots that move almost like humans now. But those things probably cost like what? $1 million, $5 million, $10 to create. Like, you're only seeing these out of like super high-end labs. You know, it's like, it's still very new. It's like when the first cell phone came out, it was that big heavy box, and those phones were like $5,000 to $8,000. But now you can get a brand new cell phone, unbelievable performance for like $100, $200, $300. Everything becomes cheaper. I mean, the fact that we have like street people, homeless people with cell phones is an incredible thing. It's amazing. All right, so Michael Jenkins says probably drones might be one of the deliveries thing, whether they can do deliveries. You know, it's interesting. Yes, that is something that we've probably all seen video of. Actually, there's a funny little scene in. I really like the movie Ready Player One. Is that what it's called? It's not like a great movie, but I like watching it. I like the story. I like the visuals. But there's a scene where a Pizza Hut is being air droned in and dropped off. And I think that's what a lot of people think the future is going to bring. But I think the issue with that is there's a danger in putting all these drones into the sky. Like, a lot of people don't know this, but you can't just arbitrarily fly a drone anywhere. You can't fly it above people's heads. You can't fly it near airports. You can't fly it in a lot of different places. So if you're talking about like a city, it's going to be a long time before they allow a drone to fly around a populated city. But I do believe that we all have like a kind of like a visual picture in our mind of drones dropping off food. That shit's coming. We all know that shit's coming. But I still feel like it's going to be a while. That's why I always look at it as software technology, like a phone, a computer. It progresses extremely fast. You know, we all know about Moore's law, which is, I think, has been proven not to be true, but still somewhat true, where every year, every generation, chips can hold more and more data. So everything gets more and more advanced, like double, whatever it is growing geometrically. But hardware, like a humanoid robot, it's going to be a long time before we have robot servants. You know, that's really the goal, right? And I know all you dirty motherfuckers, since my following is mostly men, you're ready for sex robots. I'm ready for a sex robot. I mean, I have a sex robot. It's my hand, right? I mean, shit. It's going to be a long time before they develop it, but, we've seen all these different movies, futuristic movies, where they have robots that are exactly like humans. And that shit will be coming. But that's going to be 5, 10, 20 years. Look at these people eyeballing me right here. These motherfuckers right here. Look at that. That's going to be a long time coming before we have like futuristic sex robots and stuff like that. We don't need a sex robot. I need a robot to clean my goddamn apartment. I need a robot to do my laundry, a robot to do my dishes. That's what I really need. All right, so LA Courier says, for real. That's right, Chexologist. You summed it up. I'm being extemporaneous, but you summed it up. AI is easy to advance. Robots aren't. Chexologist says, software advancement is what's driving all the corporate layoffs. Blue collar and trades will take decades to automate. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's not like this is the beginning of automation. The Industrial Revolution was the beginning of automation, and that was the beginning where everything had to be made by hand, and they learned how to like industrialize machines. I don't know if I'm really using that phrase right, but use machines to make more volumes of products. Man, Boulevard's looking hot tonight, man. There's some sex. I never. One thing you'll notice, I might comment on girls out here, on women, but I'm not sleazy. I don't like turn the camera on and show it to you. You see me make a look, but man, Hollywood attracts. It's funny. Sometimes I think Hollywood Boulevard attracts like regular Americans, which are ugly. I consider myself ugly. I consider myself a regular ugly ass American. So I'm not excluding myself. I'm not celebrity good looking. But sometimes the tourists out here are friggin' hot. I think sometimes a lot of people come out here to shoot social media. So I think a lot of like good looking social media content creators come out here to shoot stuff. Michael Jenkins says, well, machines, robots can lift heavy weights and weld. Yeah. I think welding, though, is still a very much of a skilled trade, though, right? Don Scott says, we had milking machines years ago. You and 5 of your friends could be happy, but it won't stop until it gets a gallon. You're very funny, Don. You're fucking hysterical. All right, Sunman Lay, how you doing? Good to see you. When am I going to be doing deliveries on the Huga Daytona? Soon. I will be on my Huga soon. honestly, I haven't told people, but I'm having a problem with it. I'm only going to say it here on the stream. I don't like to I'm not being dishonest by excluding, but my buddy used my Huga. He did a bunch of miles on it. We made a video. We brought it home, and now it won't turn on. I don't know what's wrong with it. So I'm going to actually have to have Voromotors come pick it up and fix it. So that's my first time telling you guys. I'm sorry I didn't tell you before, but it's kind of like a lie of exclusion. It doesn't matter because there's still plenty of content creators out there promoting the Huga. I'm going to be more promoting like the eMove Cruiser V2, the Roar Mantis X, and I can't wait for the Roadrunner Pro 2. Apparently that's coming out like in a month or two, like early March maybe. So I can't wait to get on the Roadrunner Pro 2. That's going to be very cool. That's going to be a 72 volt, possibly 60 amp hour battery. I'll be able to do really long shifts on that. And also when it comes to these really big scooters, more and more, I'm really more interested in riding my sit-down vehicles just out of safety. I feel like the stand-up scooters, now that I've had 2 life-altering accidents on my stand-up scooters. You know, I broke my collarbone October 2022. September 25, I dislocated my shoulder. And these are both on my big stand-up scooters. So more and more, I'm feeling like I'd rather work on sit-down vehicles. So I'm going to actually send a message to Melvin, the owner. I haven't talked to him for a long time. And we're going to discuss my future and like what I'm going to be working on. For sure, Roadrunner Pro 2. Because I am the owner of the biggest page for the Roadrunner. I have the eMove Roadrunner Academy. That's got like 5,300 members on it, which is pretty big for a group like that. And we're going to sell a lot of units through there. So I feel like I'm going to be riding more sit-down vehicles. Doesn't mean I'm not going to be riding the Tevron and the Huga and stuff like that. But I'm going to be focusing more on sit-down vehicles just because of safety. And also because of sales. I'll be able to sell. Yeah, the entrance is over here, guys. I'll be able to sell a lot of these vehicles. But I'll be on the Huga. You'll see me out there on the Huga for sure. Don Scott says, have you talked to Louis since his wreck last weekend? Yeah, Louis wrecked again, Chexologist. Yeah, we talked, like, not in person, but we talked on social media. Poor guy. Did you see the video here? He did it. Look, that guy's always got his camera running. He's had a lot of accidents. He's had less severe accidents than me, I guess, but more in volume. But yeah, he was in a bad spot. He was doing the Griffith Park ride with a bunch of. He was on a ride that was sponsored by not Suron. Who sponsored that ride? I'm trying to remember, but it was like an e-bike. Oh yeah, who sponsored this ride? I don't remember. But there was a ride sponsored by one of the big bike guys, not Suron. Not Segway. What kind of bike was that? What's that bike called again? I can't remember. But it was primarily an e-bike ride. And they were up at Griffith Park. And I used to take my group ride on a part of this same path. But the problem with this path is, look at this guy. Welcome to Hollywood. I feel nothing but sympathy for the mentally handicapped out here. There's a lot of them. But who sponsored that fucking ride? Who sponsored that ride? I can't. The name. It's just escaping me. Although I just joined their fucking group. But anyhow, they were up at Griffith Park, where some of it is on like good paved roads, and some of it is on gravel and dirt path. So Louis came upon like a part of the park where he even said, "You got to be careful here. This is dangerous." And then boom, he fucking went down. Poor guy. He's already having knee surgery for another accident because he now twice has missed my group ride. He was supposed to come 2 weeks ago. He had a problem. And then he was supposed to come to this ride, but then he had this accident on the day before. But Louis is a good guy, great mechanic as well. If I need work on my machines, I know I can bring him to him. But poor guy. I hope he recovers quickly. But I talked to him. He told me about the accident. And, give him credit for getting out there. And he keeps getting back on these machines. Jaxologist says, scooters are fine at high speeds, going in a predictable straight line with enough distance, for sure. Yeah, so Louis was on his Tevron, his Fighter Supreme, killer big fucking scooter. But if you hit, like, a hole in the road on that, you are fucked. Like, if you're on a bike, you have these tires with a much bigger radius. They're much more grippy. It's much safer. That's kind of why I feel like I'm safer on my bikes than my scooters. Not that scooters are not, or maybe they are inherently dangerous. you can go many miles without an accident. But yeah, poor Louis. I miss him. Now it looks like he's going to be out of action for a while. This guy's got a lot going on. He's got a family and everything. He's got a regular job, I'm sure, like we all do. Well, I really don't, I guess. Robert Schroeder, how you doing? Robert Schroeder. Scooters are only safer at lower speeds where you can jump off and land on your legs. It's funny that you say that because that is something I've said about scooters before, that sometimes you can walk off an accident. Like I've hit curbs or I've hit stuff that I didn't see and I stay standing on my feet. Yeah, if you're not going too fast, you can kind of walk off an accident. I kind of feel like the danger of a bike is when you go down with the bike. You're not walking off of a bike accident. The bike goes down sideways, you are going with it, right? So that's definitely one of the dangerous parts of a bike. But you're right, Robert. LA Courier says, had to buy protective gear since I've been seeing everyone get into accidents. Yeah, Eddie, you got to wear your gear, buddy. What Traffic says, the conspiracy theory about the Waymo cars is that they're being driven by prisoners doing long sentences, and they take time off your sentence if you deliver people with no accidents. That's fucking hysterical. Gustavo, where'd you hear that from, you fucking nut job? I didn't realize you were a conspiracy theorist. That's fucking hysterical. But, yeah, I mean, I guess the cars are driven by AI, but I think that if they get stuck, there is like a headquarters where people can take over. Like, I think that's probably what happened. This car was stuck here for a while. They probably have something built in. Like, if it senses that a car is stuck, like it's stationary for too long and it should be moving, it probably, beep, beep, beep. And in the human headquarters where people are, people probably take over driving the car. That would be my guess. Like, so they're not like fully automated. But we know that's all coming. That is definitely all coming. I mean, out of all the things to teach AI to do driving a car, it doesn't seem that difficult to me. All of us idiots, humans, drive a car, right? What Traffic? That's fucking hysterical, dude. That dude is from InSync, JB Rides. Wait a minute. Are you serious? That was a guy from InSync? Are you fucking serious? Are you serious? JB Rides, are you fucking with me, JB? We're real life friends. You wouldn't fuck with the guy. That guy was from InSync? Because they did look like famous, kind of. Oh, so maybe I'll be able to pull a short out of that later. Who was that? Are you kidding? I don't know. Are you kidding me? Who? Like, what's his name? So I can look that up later. What Traffic says, conspiracy theories, don't get me started. That's cool, Gustavo. I didn't know you were like that. That's funny. Chaxologist is asking me, how heavy is the Tevron? Oh, I'm getting JP Rides confused with JPL, actually. Hold on a minute. I'm getting a little confused. JB Rides is not JPL Rides. That's Stallone? That was not Frank Stallone. Was that Frank Stallone? No, I know what Frank Stallone looks like. JB Rides, are you fucking with me? Evolution Universe says Waymo can't drive in the snow. That's interesting. Wow, we got 40 people in the chat. That's amazing. Like, I feel like the chat is kind of limited by YouTube, like how much they promote it. 40 is a lot. Maybe it's just this is a good time of day. Maybe 4 o'clock is the right time of day to do this. But JB Rides is Brian. Okay, thank you very much, JPL. That's fucking hysterical. JPL says Louis did not have proper tires for off-road. Yeah, he probably just had his regular road tires on there, right? That's crazy. I didn't know you were a conspiracy theorist, Gustavo. That's too fucking funny. Yeah, it's great to see you again this weekend. So next group ride is going to be not this Sunday, but the following Sunday. And I put a post on LAPEV just asking if people would want like a Thursday or a Friday ride. Now that just to be honest, now that I'm single, I have way more free time. When I was in a relationship, most of my free time I devoted to my girlfriend. Now that I'm single, I just have more free time. So I want to spend more time with the dudes. So I wouldn't mind doing like a Thursday or a Friday group ride. I know my friend Jason, who's one of my regulars on the ride, just got a job that has him working on the weekends. And I was also talking to JPL Rides, and he said he could get together some guys for the weekdays too. Yeah, JPL Rides really pumps up my group rides by bringing people all the way from Glendale to do the ride with us. It's fucking amazing. I really appreciate him. What is going on here? Look at this. They're trying to back this giant truck out of here. Look at this guy. This guy's moving everything. Look at this fucking old fucking dude. Somebody's got to help this guy. What is going on here? Is he going to get in the truck? I don't think the truck can even fit through there. This is scary. This is an Enterprise rent-a-car truck. This is scary. How is he going to back up out of here? It's fucking crazy. The Hollywood Boulevard is just on fire. Hey, Stuart Grand. It's good to see you, buddy. I've been seeing your training videos. You're doing what I did back in the day. I used to make a tremendous amount of training videos myself. Check this out. Let's see if this will fit. That is so fucking annoying. All right, he did it. That's got to be a professional truck driver right there. Yeah, Stuart, I've been seeing your training videos, seeing you doing your dips, your exercises, your training. I went through a phase where I was making tons of training videos. Like, enjoy it while you got it, man. Like, I guess I got old and I got injured and I can no longer, like, train hard anymore. So now, like, I can only do, like, light weights and cardio. I mean, I'm 55, so not that you have to stop lifting when you get older, but when you get beat up like I do. But, Stuart, it's good to see you. I do see your videos. I'm glad you're training hard, man. Keep doing it. It's important. Trini G says, Hollywood traffic reports live. Oh, they're setting up for the Oscars? Is that what they're setting up for? LA Courier says the Oscars are soon. I didn't know that. Oh, yeah, no, maybe not. I don't know what's going on. Something going on here. JPL Rice says, Stuart going to fix electric soon. Once I get a little more dough, going to use David. Oh, you're talking to your friend. I don't know why I'm reading that. That's funny. Stuart Graham says, one reason I'm frightened by scooters is because the wheels are small. The wheels can get stuck in potholes. Swerving too fast can make the front slip out too easily. I mean, that's like the inherent danger of scooters, is that the tires are small. I agree with you. I mean, it's the reason. Scooters are good on paved roads where there's nothing in your way, where there's no potholes and shit. One thing I did notice that, since I've been riding like my Roar Mantis, that you can be more rough. You can go over obstacles, you can go over curbs, over potholes, and it's just not as dangerous. But yeah, scooters, there's a reason why, like, as a niche, it'll only be so big. Commuter scooters, I think, will always be popular, and it'll only become more popular because, when you use a commuter scooter, like, the definition of that to me is you're riding it under a mile or two on flat ground to a specific location. Like, people use it to go to and from work, to and from whatever. And also the cost on those scooters is lower. You can get a good commuter scooter for like $800. But the hyper scooters, that's like its own niche. Hyper scooters, like the big scooters that are over $2,000, that go 40, 50, 60, 70 miles per hour, that's its own little niche. And those are inherently fucking dangerous, that's for sure. Robert Schrader says e-skates are the worst. Yeah, I was always amazed at these guys I'm amazed at electric unicycles, but I'm more amazed at guys that drive electric skateboards. I mean, that was like the original electric PEV, right? It was an electric skateboard. The guys that do that, I'm super impressed by. I've had guys over the years come out that do my whole group ride on an electric skateboard or on an electric unicycle. My friend Sumako, the boyfriend of one of my clients, Dulcinea, he's an EUC guy. I've talked to him a lot. I really should have him on the channel actually pretty soon. I really want to make a video of him actually doing DoorDash. But yeah, I'm super impressed by these guys that can ride like an EUC, that can ride a fucking. To me, it's amazing to not have handlebars and just be out there cranking away with just your 2 feet on a platform going fast. Those guys are almost overconfident. It's crazy. One wheels are impressive too, but at least people only go a certain speed on those things. Robert's asking me, have I tried the Easy Raider? You have the Easy Raider? Easy Raider, the PEV of the Israeli military. I don't know if you know that. I don't know if it's actually the Easy Raider, but like you're talking about the quad, right? I've never tried it. I've seen them. I know what they are. Where did you even get that from? I don't know anybody who sells those. I know Tevron has one, but I've never tried the Easy Raider. Let me look it up really quick. That's very cool, Robert. Very fucking awesome. Are you in the IDF? I want to look that up, make sure I know what we're talking about here. Those things are cool. Those things are more stable for sure. If those things are more stable. Oh, they call them an ATV. They call them all-terrain vehicles. Very fucking cool. How much did you pay for that, if I can ask you? Oh yeah, this is what the Easy Raider. This is what we're talking about, by the way, guys. Not really a great photo. This is what we're talking about. This is the Easy Raider. It's like a quad electric scooter. It's got 4 wheels. Now that's stable. Like that's not gonna go down sideways. How much do those sell for? Let me look this up right here really quick. See if I can find it under shopping. Yeah, they don't really want to tell you the price so easily. How much did you pay for that, Robert? If you don't mind me asking you. Yeah, it's funny. You know, a product is expensive when they just have contact. They don't tell you how much it costs. 60 volt, 1740 watt hours. It's pretty fucking crazy. Yeah, those are probably super fun. Yeah, what did you pay for that, Robert? I'm super curious. You got yours $5,000 secondhand. You don't know how much they are new. $5,000 secondhand. You don't know how much it is new. They're probably $7,000 to $10,000. Those things are pretty cool. That would make an amazing video, right? Doing deliveries on an Easy Raider. Those things they look super fun. And obviously, those are a lot more stable. You can go. I mean, they're made for off road, right? I mean, they're made for the fucking desert. Like, I don't know if Easy Raider is the brand that the IDF uses. I think it is actually. By the way, here's another Waymo. There's another Waymo sitting here at the intersection. Let's see if this one can navigate the light. Let's wait for the light to change, and let's see if this will it'll figure it out. I don't know why that last one got stuck. It was fucking hysterical. But yeah, Waymo, again, for those of you guys who don't know, we have completely autonomous, driverless cars here. Autonomous driver. You guys, hit the like button. Maybe we can get to 50 viewers. We're at 42. It's the most we've had in a long time. I've had as much as 80 or 90 when I do my delivery shifts. Those get very popular. Maybe this is just a better time to do the stream. Is that why you guys are here? All right, look, he's fine. Driverless car. So Waymos are driverless cars that we have all over Los Angeles and Hollywood. I realize they're not in every city. Hey, what's up, the guy? Good to see you, my friend. He says, I should have gotten my EUC as my first PEV. Nothing else compares. I don't even ride any of my other scooters or bikes anymore. I totally get it. Like, I feel like there's no best. I don't like to use the phrase best, but if you want to go from one place to another, and when you get to that place, not have to worry about your vehicle, nothing better than a fucking EUC. That you can go a distance, get to where you want to go, and then you can roll it like a suitcase. You can sort of do that with an electric scooter, but not really. EUCs are awesome. And funny thing is, In Motion years ago sent me one. I told them all I was going to try to learn how to ride it, but I can tell right away it's just too dangerous. I'm too old to like learn how to ride an EUC. But yeah, EUCs are amazing. I'm super impressed by guys that can ride them. I can see how if you get used to that, you won't want to ride anything else. Especially if you're actually going place to place, if you're going to work, if you're going shopping, whatever. There's one guy in this neighborhood, literally only one guy, who does EUC deliveries. I really should find that guy next time I see him and ask him if I can make a video with him. That could probably do really good. I'm trying to get my friend Sumako, who's real experienced on these things, to do a shift with me. He actually applied to DoorDash, Grubhub, and Uber. But right now, none of these companies are hiring. I think something like a third of the population is employed through gig economy right now. So I think if you want to get a job in Los Angeles, at least, working for any of these delivery companies, they're not hiring. So I feel bad because my buddy Sumako could use another job. I don't know I think he has a regular job. But he applied to these companies, and they're just not hiring. You know, they put you on the wait list. He told me that, Grubhub keeps doing what they do to me. Like every couple months, they send you a message and say, hey, do you still want to work? And you get all excited like, hey, they're going to hire me. And they're just contacting you to tell you, we'll keep you on the wait list. It's bullshit. Dragon Film Scent. How you doing, buddy? That's a new name. Says they're not hiring on the East Coast either. I'm getting cold out here. Yeah, it's crazy. Where's my hat? Okay. Yeah, it's unfortunate they're not hiring at these places because it's gonna get to a point where they're just gonna have the drivers they need, and they're not gonna be able to get any new drivers. That was maybe like the plus side to being a cab driver. Like if you wanted to be a cab driver in New York, you had to get a plaque or something that cost like $250, so it wasn't accessible to everybody. The thing about gig economy is it's accessible to basically everybody. But if they're not hiring, they're not hiring. Yeah, Dragon Film says it's so saturated. Yeah, it's saturated out here too. I mean, we have plenty of drivers. I actually had a really rough day. I went out and did deliveries today, and I lost my platinum status because you have to have 100 deliveries in the past 30 days, and I'm short because I'm just coming back from going to work, and I haven't been working a lot. I'm at like 75 deliveries. I'll catch up pretty soon. But without platinum status, I did not get a lot of orders. I still managed to squeeze out $20 an hour with Proposition 22 money, kind of taking my time and shit. But the market is saturated. There are tons of drivers. I mean, I see them. It used to almost be worse. It used to be like you see guys congregating on their gas-powered scooters, and you could just see there'd be tons of them at Chick-fil-A, at Starbucks, at Sunset, at Santa Monica and La Brea Target area. But I still feel like, yeah, we probably have an oversaturation of drivers because these companies don't care how many drivers they hire. They don't care if they hire you and they're not giving you any work. So, yeah, there's probably too many drivers right now, so that's why they're not hiring anybody. Captain Bufo, what's going on, Captain Bufo? Alvarius, how you doing? So my market is flooded with drivers. Yeah, there's no doubt about it. Jack says, at this point, I have full confidence e-scooters and routes I'm familiar with. That's good. That's good. LA Courier, my buddy Eddie is saying, everybody is realizing working for yourself is useful. I'm a guy who's always had my own businesses. I literally had my own store when I was 15 years old. I was doing baseball card conventions when I was 11 and 12 with my dad. But I've worked for myself for many years. I was a poker player. I was a weed dealer, personal trainer, had my own business. So people are getting a taste. That's what gig economy gives you, a taste of having your own business without having to go through all the steps necessary to make your own business. Now, it's not really your own business because your own business should have unlimited growth. There's only so much growth if you're going to be a gig economy guy, right? You can only grow so much. But yeah, you're right, Eddie. People are realizing the value of having your own business. I mean, I've loved having my own business, setting my own hours. It's tremendous. All right, guys, we always do an hour here. We're almost done. I'll take you for a walk over to Target. I need to pick up some chocolate. Hey, what's up, Belize to the world? How you doing? Says watching from Belize. Good to see you. I appreciate you, my friend. I recognize your name. Yeah, we're almost out of here, guys. Let me finish this and get rid of this fucking coffee. It's making me dizzy. But yeah, it's unfortunate that the market is saturated with drivers. I feel that's why, like, I can't afford to lose the DoorDash job. So when I do a job, I do everything right. I always take my photos, never have any conflict with the customers, always get the PIN number. I just basically try to do everything right. Can't really afford to have any problems with the jobs. If I lose it, I know I'm not getting it back. All right, guys. So where we're at, 53 minutes. All right. Checksologist says, luckily I have a gig job with full-time benefits. That's pretty cool. Captain Bufo says, people can't get any other job right now. Yeah, the job market, they say, is hard. It's weird. We have all these numbers coming out that say, oh, the least amount of unemployed people, blah, blah, blah. But I don't think those numbers really take into account all the factors. All right, guys, we're going to get ready to get out of here. I'm going to walk us over to Target, and I'm going to sign us off. Got to pick myself up some snacks for the night. Didn't play poker today since I worked so much. And I don't think I'm going to play poker tonight either. I think I'm tired already. All right, let's get out of here. That was a fun stream, guys. A lot of crazy shit happened. Those fucking Waymos are cracking me up. I wish I would have been able. Sorry about that if we lost the stream. I just got a phone call from my brother. I quickly hung up on him. Yeah, my brother is he works back east, and he's doing some traveling for work, and he says it is fucking freezing out there right now. It's pretty amazing. It's pretty warm out here right now. It's actually really nice. Check out the Boulevard. There's something going on here, obviously. They're setting up for something. I don't know what this is. Probably just a premiere. Yeah, there's definitely something going on here. All right, let's go to Target, grab some snacks, and then I'll sign off. Captain Bevo says, get your chocolate fix. Hey, what's up, Michael Young? Silent but electric. Good to see you, buddy. How you doing, man? Hope you're healthy. Hope you're good. It's good to see you. But it's pretty nice out considering that it's getting late. I mean, not late, but it's like later, and it's not freezing. It's pretty nice. You can see like people aren't even wearing jackets. Most of you guys got out here in a tank top looking buff. Most people aren't even wearing jackets. And it's January. It's like definitely full on winter. I had a long fucking day, guys. I'm ready to go home and fucking watch TV. All I watch on TV is poker, too. I don't watch anything else right now.
Is it a Lamborghini, Ferrari, or the newest Cybertruck from Tesla?
Willsburg World says, best stream in a while, so eventful. Yeah, we had a lot of people in the stream. We broke 40 people, which is good for me. And some stuff happened. Some stuff actually happened. Yeah, the views are up. I'll take it. I don't really get paid by the view or anything. These are never monetized for whatever reason. I mean, I get paid by Voromotors, so thank God. So at least I get something out of it. And I get a lot out of it, though, because I would do it for nothing because I like talking to you guys. It's fun. It's like my online network. All right, here we go. We're going into Target. I'm going to buy some chocolate. There he is. My buddy Albert, security guard. It's funny. What am I going to buy now? I think I'm going to go buy a big, giant bag of Hershey's Kisses. That'll keep me in junk food for a few days. I'm actually going to go home and have like a very healthy. Actually, you know what I got to do is I got to grab some spinach because I got to make sure I have some greens in my shake. Where is it? Here we go. All right. Oh no, I want the cheaper version. There you go. All right. So baby spinach, because I make these shakes that have apples, bananas, oranges, cucumbers. I also want to put in some greens. And then I want to grab my typical bag of Hershey's Kisses. I buy like one of these $10 bags of chocolate, and it's like a 3-day supply. But I'm not going to buy chips. Maybe I'll buy a small bag of chips. Like the biggest mistake I can make is buying like a giant bag of fucking Cheetos. I'll eat the whole fucking thing. Yeah. Hershey's Kisses. These are expensive, but they'll last a few days. Do I need anything else while I'm here? No, I'm okay. I ate McDonald's today, by the way. It's all I ate today. I feel sick. That's one thing about going back to work. When I was off work, I barely ate any fast food. But now it's like when I'm out there, I get like hungry bored. You know, like I'm not that hungry. But when I'm waiting, like today I had to wait like a good 45 minutes for orders. I'll fucking chow down on, I'll get like I'll get McDonald's. It's fucking terrible. So I feel like that's all I ate today. That's why for dinner I just have to have a healthy shake and chocolate. But I am going to buy a bag of crunchy Cheetos as well. Boom. All right, let's check out here. Oh, this is one thing that's fucking annoying. California has always had these like bag laws where they don't use plastic bags. They never really enforced it. But I guess now they're really enforcing it. Now the only option are these horrible paper bags. And these things just fucking fall apart. They're terrible. I hope I brought my wallet. Yeah, okay. $15 for all this. I didn't even buy anything. All right, that's done. Alrighty, guys, just about done. All right, guys, have a good night. I'll see you next time. See you, Albert. Alrighty, man. We are out of here, guys. I'm going to sign off. I think it's just about time, right? Yeah, we hit an hour. Yeah, these paper bags are fucking horrible, Jacks. Hey, what's up, Dostiro? Hello and goodbye. LA Courier says, I only ate spinach because Popeye made me feel like a bitch. It's funny. Yeah, there's like certain nutritional elements that I don't get, is I don't eat a lot of vegetables. So that's why I try to make these shakes. I mean, cucumber is a pretty much of a lame. I only really eat cucumber because it's got fiber in it. Oh my God, look at this cutie. Alrighty, guys, thanks for your support. Next stream is going to be probably as soon as Thursday. I guess today we're actually making up for the Sunday stream, but I will be back on Thursday or Friday or whatever. You know, we're always averaging twice a week no matter what. All right, guys, I appreciate your support. That was a good one.